If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet. That's what the President of the United States just said about attacking Nigeria. On November 1st, 2025, Donald Trump threatened to send American forces into Africa's most populous nation, guns a-blazing. But here's the thing. We've heard this before, and every single time, it ended in disaster. Last Saturday, Trump posted that he's ordered the Department of Defense to prepare for possible action against Nigeria. His reason? He claims Christians are being systematically killed by Islamic terrorists while the Nigerian government does nothing. He threatened to stop all aid, invade the country, and completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists. Sounds noble, right? Protecting persecuted Christians? Here's what Trump didn't mention. The terrorists he's talking about? Groups like Boko Haram. They don't discriminate. They kill Muslims and Christians. In fact, most of their victims are actually Muslims living in northern Nigeria. The violence isn't just religious. It's farmers fighting herders over land. It's ethnic tensions. It's resource competition in a country of over 220 million people with hundreds of ethnic groups. Nigeria's president responded immediately. This does not reflect our national reality. Religious freedom and tolerance are core to who we are. So we have a complex situation being reduced to a simple story, a promise of quick, decisive military action, and absolute certainty it will work. Where have we heard this before? Iraq, 2003. We know where they are. They're in the area around Tikrit and Baghdad. Donald Rumsfeld on Iraq's weapons of mass destruction. The WMDs. Never found, because they didn't exist. The quick victory turned into an 8-year war. 4,500 American soldiers killed, 600,000 plus Iraqi civilians dead, trillions of dollars spent. ISIS rose from the chaos. Even Obama admitted, we tortured some folks, and the invasion created more terrorists than it killed. Libya, 2011. Libya was supposed to be different. This time it was a humanitarian mission. Protect civilians. United Nations approved it. We came. We saw. He died. Hillary Clinton laughing about Gaddafi's death. And then, Libya descended into a civil war that's still going on today. 14 years later. Multiple governments, warring militias. ISIS took territory. The US ambassador was murdered. Obama himself called the aftermath a shit show. Defense experts say just 13,000 troops for stabilization could have prevented the collapse. But after Iraq, nobody wanted to commit. So they bombed, left, and watched it burn. Afghanistan 2001 to 2021. Afghanistan was the good war, direct response to 9/11, clear enemy, justified cause, 20 years later. The Taliban we spent 2 decades fighting. Back in power, 2,400 plus American soldiers killed, 70,000 plus Afghan civilians dead, $2.3 trillion spent. Taliban stronger than ever, 2 decades, trillions of dollars. And we're right back where we started. Since 1798, the United States has conducted 469 military interventions around the world. 469. But here's what's wild. Congress has only formally declared war 11 times. That's 458 military actions without a declaration of war. And since September 11th, the scale of human suffering is almost incomprehensible. 897,000 people killed directly in combat. 3.6 million more died from war's indirect effects. Starvation, disease, destroyed infrastructure. 38 million people displaced from their homes, multiple generations who've known nothing but war. That's not just statistics. That's 38 million people, more than the entire population of Canada, driven from their homes by wars that were supposed to bring peace and stability. We learned this in Libya. Destroying is easy, building is hard. And if you're not willing to do the hard part, you're just creating a bigger mess. Who asked Nigeria for help? This isn't like World War II, where allies were begging for intervention. Nigeria's government is actively rejecting the characterization of religious persecution. They're saying, "We have this under control, and your understanding of our situation is wrong." What about sovereignty? Imagine if China said American police brutality meant they needed to invade California to protect minorities. We'd call that insane. Nigeria is a sovereign nation of 220 million people, the largest economy in Africa. Not a failed state, not asking for rescue. Can bombs solve governance problems? Every expert on failed interventions says the same thing. You can't win by fighting half a war. Military force without addressing governance, corruption, economic development, and civil society, it always fails. Look, nobody's saying terrorism isn't real. Nobody's saying Christians aren't suffering in some parts of Nigeria. They absolutely are. But so are Muslims. And the solution isn't American bombs. We have 469 examples of how this story goes. The script is always the same. Simplified narrative, promise of quick victory, expansion of mission, massive civilian casualties, long-term instability, no clear exit. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Every single war I mentioned today started with good intentions. Or at least intentions that sounded good. Democracy for Iraq. Humanitarian protection for Libya. Justice for 9/11 in Afghanistan. And every single one created more chaos, more death, and more terrorism than existed before we arrived. According to the Costs of War project at Brown University, at least 4.5 million people have died, directly and indirectly, as a result of the US post-9/11 wars, because we thought we could bomb our way to peace. So when you hear fast, vicious, and sweet, when you hear promises of quick military victory, when you hear complex situations reduced to simple narratives, ask yourself, have we learned anything from the last 20 years? Or are we about to make the same mistake for the 471st time? Let me know what you think in the comments. Have we learned from past interventions? Or is Nigeria about to become the next forever war? Thanks for watching. If this made you think differently about military intervention, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories behind the headlines. And seriously, share this. This conversation needs to happen before decisions are made, not after. See you in the next one.